If you're watching this video now, right, you've probably clicked on here because you've seen the title, knowing you're meant for more in this life, right? And this video is not going to be too deep. It's going to be probably quite short. I'm not going to cut nothing out like I usually do on these sort of videos that I've been making recently. But if you don't know me, I'm Jestin Krauser, and I run a sales agency, and I've recently been thinking a lot more about life, right? And I wasted so much time in my life doing nothing because of the people I was around. And I knew I was meant for more, right? And I'm going to dive a lot deeper into this. And some of it you're probably not going to like, but it's the truth. And some of it I wouldn't have liked years ago because I didn't like the truth because I was living a comfortable life. But there's a couple of things that hold you back in this life that we live, right? And that can go from anywhere between people you hang around with, your family, and just overall getting told things that aren't even true in this day and age. For example, family, right? Family is going to be a good one because a lot of family members these days, they're older than us. Well, every older family member is, I know, but they're older than us, right? And we've got to remember is they were brought up in a different era to us, and they were told different things because that was the way of living back then, right? Like, I always remember when I was going to quit my job. I was going to quit my 9-to-5 job, and my mum and dad just didn't have a clue what was going on. They were like, "Is this going to work? This is not going to work." Da, da, da. I was like, "It's going to work," but I wasn't annoyed. But I was like, because I understood what their point was, if that makes sense. Like, I understood that, right? Okay, back then, that was the point. Like, you wouldn't really take hard risks. You'd grow up, you'd get a job, and you'd get a mortgage. You'd retire when you're 65, then you die. But we know this day and age, we don't want to do that with this life. We just don't want to do it. And you haven't got to do it. Like, I'm not doing it. My mates aren't doing it. My community aren't doing it. And there's a lot of people who think it's impossible because they're around people who tell them it's impossible. You probably scroll your phone in the night, so you probably look at social media and think, oh, this guy's living a life that I want to live, but it's impossible. If he has done it, it's so possible to do. If somebody else has done something in life and they've achieved it, why can't you? Genuinely, why can't you? Like, they're human, they've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and they've got a brain like us, right? So don't just think everything is all out of range and out of touch because people around you are saying it's out of range, out of touch. Being around small-minded people is genuinely killing your growth. And that is like a big thing about family, right? And it's not bad. Like, I listen to my mum, I listen to my dad even now to this day, and I'm 21 years of age. But sometimes I have to go against what they say because if I listen to them now, I'd still be working a job I hate. I'd still be working up depressed every day. I'd hate my life every day, right? Not because that I took it for granted, but because I knew I was meant for more. And because I knew I was meant for more, that's why I went and done more. And that's just how it works. And this kind of goes on into comfort, your comfort zone, right? So parents, family, wherever they are, to you, are comfortable in their life. They have a safe job. They've got brought up the right way. And they've got brought up to the point where they've got that safe job. So now they're safe. So now they want you to be safe. They wasn't brought up where online money and Wi-Fi money and all that was possible, right? And it was generally just, right, I'll grow up, I'll get a job, or I'll go to college, I'll get a trade, or I'll go to uni, I'll get a degree, then I'll get a job, then I'll save up for a mortgage, and then I'll be safe. But how comfortable is that? Like, that's very comfortable, right? And that is why you can't take advice from them. And then going into the comfort side of things, being comfortable is probably the dangerous place to be. It's probably the most dangerous place to be. Nobody who you talk to, who is probably, like, well, if you ever talk to anybody who's really rich, or whenever you do come across somebody who is really rich, if you ask them, did you have to get uncomfortable? Did you have to do things you didn't want to do to get to where you want to be? They're obviously going to say yeah. Because you don't grow inside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is what's crushing you. It's crushing your dreams. It's crushing everything. Like, you probably go home from work every day if you have a job. You go home from work every day. You probably go gym and lie in bed all night and scroll and then fall asleep and then wake up for work again. Like, that's a robot to society, right? And I don't know who invented the 9 to 5 rhythm or routine, whatever they want to call it, but I find it mad that it's normal. That it's normal to wake up and go to a job you hate. That's normal in life. How is that normalized? Like, it genuinely shouldn't be normalized. And the sooner as the longer you're in that trap, the more comfortable you get because you've got an easy life, and that's why it gets so much harder to get out of that trap. And it generally got harder and harder for me as times went on. Like, I started off as an electrician. I wasn't enjoying the first company, so I thought I'd move company. What happened? I didn't enjoy in the next company, so I thought I'd try something else. What happened? I didn't enjoy that. And it was just a constant loop. So in the end, I just thought, right, it's not the trade, it's not the people I'm working with, because I liked everybody. It's just my routine and the lifestyle I was living didn't fit what I knew I was meant for. And it just didn't. And as soon as I took a risk, that was when life started to become more fun. I spent money on something that I wanted to earn back. Like, I spent a lot of money on a mentorship. And my aim after work every day was like, what can I do to get home, to learn as much as I can, and start to earn that money back? Whereas before it'd be, I go gym, lay in bed, brain rot, scroll, and go to sleep. Wake up, hated life, and do the cycle over and over again, looking for a way out. But the only thing is, a lot of people won't take that risk because they think they're going to get scammed. If you think you're going to get scammed with every opportunity that comes up, then you're going to be stuck in life, right? And it's the sad truth, but it's the honest truth that nobody likes to hear. But it's the truth, and people don't like the truth. And that's why people don't like people saying, oh, you're comfortable, or you're this, or you're that, because they don't like the fact that people are telling them the truth. And the sooner you start to realize that it's you doing this to you, nobody else, you're in control of your life, you have this one life that you live, and take full advantage of it. Like, there's a lot worse things going on in life than taking small risks, losing a bit of money. Like, who cares? There's a lot worse going on in this life than that. Like, you're put on this earth to live once, right? And you're playing it safe. You're being comfortable. You're not happy. Be happy in this life. Do whatever you think will make you happy, and actually enjoy this one life you've been gifted to live. Because otherwise you're just going to be miserable this whole life you've been gifted and not even enjoy it. Like, enjoy this life. Like, it's beautiful. It's genuinely so good when you actually do what you want to do because you want to do it. And people just don't do it, and I don't really get it. Like, I talk to a lot of people, and I've actually got a couple of my mates into the online space and got a couple of mates into doing different things they wouldn't want to do, whereas posting on social media was a big one. They wouldn't do it, and I'm just like, you really care about what people are going to say about you in this one life. You're getting controlled by people you don't even realize you're getting controlled by. And I was like, do it. And now they've done it, and they actually start to enjoy it, and they're doing it more and more and more, and it's actually not hard once it's done. And going on from that, so family, comfort, your community and your group of people is your future. And that genuinely is your future, right? And what do I mean by your community, what you, your friends group, and how is that your future? Because who you spend most time with is who you're going to be like, or what you're going to be acting like. If you've got 8 friends, and they all like going out drinking, they all like going to raves, and they all hungover every Sunday, and then they all go back to their jobs on Monday depressed, then that's probably going to be you, because you're spending so much time with them. Like, I was falling down that route until I realized to myself, right, I'm worth more. I'm going to pull back here, nothing against them, but I've got different dreams and ambitions. And when I pull back and I've got a new community, I've got a new group of friends, I've got a new bunch of people who are on a mission, who actually want to do good in life, actually have the same dreams and ambitions as me, and actually just want to make something out of this one life we've been gifted, not just stuck in this robot society that most people fall into. Because you're worth more, and you really are worth more, and you've got to understand, like, until somebody actually tells you and gets it in your brain that you're worth more, you're not going to realize it, because you're so dialed in with, like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I've got to be on time. Like, why do you want to live this life and request for time off work of your boss when you're a grown man? A grown man asking somebody, another grown man, for time off work to spend time with his kids or his family. Like, I just don't want to do that type of thing. And that's when I knew I've got to try and find a way out ASAP. Because otherwise, what am I going to do? And if I stayed in, hey, I cleared 12k last month. And that would have been literally impossible to do if I stayed in a job. That old job was paying me 1.5k. How would I, if I didn't take a risk, if I didn't take a loss, if I didn't go through tough times, I wouldn't have been able to make that sort of money at the age of 20 before my birthday. And then 21 now, like, I've just got more to come. It literally feels like I'm just starting out. Like, even though I've been on this mission and on this sort of journey for longer than it feels like I'm only starting out now. Like, it feels like it's been gone like that, gone really quick. It feels like it starts over and over again, because when you hit one milestone, it starts over again, and that's why it feels like it goes so fast, and you're only now starting when things start to pick up. Like, you have small wins here and there. Yeah, I do obviously realize how long I've been in the space for and how long I've been on this mission for, but I just been enjoying it so much, and because I knew I was worth more, that's why I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna wrap up there, and if you have watched until the end, I really do appreciate you. And genuinely, if you do want to connect with me on Instagram, just feel free to drop me a message or wherever. And again, I'll see you in the next one, and I really do appreciate you guys watching.